In this video, I'm going to teach you how to photograph wedding rings in just 4 easy steps. Step 1 is to grab yourself a camera and a macro lens, and if you're like me and you don't have a dedicated macro lens, then an extension tube paired with a telephoto lens will do. Step 2 is to find an interesting surface and then to place the rings on it. I try to find surfaces that either have a texture or are reflective. In this case, I found a piano which had a black semi-reflective surface. I then placed the rings in an arrangement where the groom's wedding band was in the center, and then the engagement ring and the bride's wedding ring were hanging from the side diagonally. Step 3 is to add reflective or metallic elements to the background of the rings for textured bokeh and background separation. At this particular wedding, I used these lantern boxes and candle holders with candles inside to get a mix of metallic and glass reflections as well as the illuminated candle itself. I used 2 separate LED light tubes, the Nanlite Pivotube 6C, one on each side to light up these background elements as well as to add an accent light to each side of the rings coming from the back. Step 4 is to light up the rings from the front coming from the left and the right using LED panels. I like the IllumiCube RGB Panel Pros as they are a nice diffuse light surface that's fairly large in comparison to the size of the rings, but it's also still thin and compact to bring in any camera bag or even in your pocket. My favorite feature is that you're able to dial in the color temperature of the LED to a specific Kelvin, so you can either match the ambient lighting, or in this case I make it kind of daylight balanced so that the warm tones of the ambient background are really popping out. If you're interested in picking up a IllumiCube RGB Panel Pro for either wedding ring shots or even just product photography, I have a link in the description as well as a discount code to get you 10% off 2 weeks from the posting of this video. From there, I take the shot, I edit it in Lightroom, take it into Photoshop and clean it up a little bit, and then here is the actual final result. With wedding ring shots, practice is key to becoming systematic and consistent with these shots. Definitely practice at home with some rings before trying it out in the field with your actual clients. If you'd like to dive deeper into all the technical aspects of how I actually photograph wedding rings, including the exact camera and lenses that I use, a full lighting breakdown, autofocusing tips, macro photography, best practices, and my recommended exposure settings, definitely check out my in-depth video here up above, which goes over 10 important tips for photographing wedding rings without a macro lens. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, be sure to subscribe for more Fujifilm or photography videos every single week. And if that's too long for you, be sure to follow me on Instagram for new tips, tricks, and tutorials every single day. Alright, that's it for me. Remember to get out, go shoot, and I'll catch you all in the next one.